All right, welcome back to another episode of FreeHab. Today we're going to be going over lower back pain, and I know that's a big problem for a lot of free runners out there, parkour athletes. You deal with lower back pain? Well, I have some solutions here that I think are going to help you out. Today, joining me is none other than Mr. Frosti Fresh himself.
This guy.
OG parkour free runner athlete. I believe you're the first parkour athlete in America?
I think I was the first one ever.
Ever. So, yeah, so he's joining us today. So we are honored to have Mr. Frosti Fresh, and more importantly, honored to help you get over your lower back pain, all right? So here we go. Frosty, first thing I'm gonna have you do, go ahead, you're gonna lay down on your stomach, okay?
I got it. Oh, bro.
Great. So usually in this position here, this is where, for most people, if you have lower back issues, this should be relatively pain-free, all right? You lay down, this should start feeling good. Now, when we're doing our flips and whatnot, we're always in this position, okay? We're always lower back rounded, all right? So what ends up happening is these muscles back here get tight as well as weak, all right? So we need to actually start to put our bodies into what we call extension, all right? So first thing I'm gonna have you do, Frosty, is you're gonna put your elbows right over here, perfect, and you're just gonna start off like this. And guys, great time if you're watching videos on your phones, you're playing some games, this is a good position to be in actually. This actually helps relieve some of that pressure in the lower back, and at the same time, you can be getting things done. So you're gonna wanna be in this position for about roughly 5 minutes or so, okay? Nothing too crazy, but just kind of sit there and relax, right? From here, as this begins to calm down, this should be relatively pain-free. The next thing I want you guys to do is essentially kind of like an extension push-up. So what I'm gonna have you do, Frosty, go ahead, just put your hands down, you're gonna push up, great. And you want to keep your hips relatively down as you do this. As you see Frosty's hips here, they're not leaving the pads. Perfect. And go ahead and go back down. Great. And you're just going to go back up again. So you're going to do this, guys, for about roughly 8 to 6 or 6 to 8 reps. All right? About 5 times or so, 5 to 6 times. And just really just get in there and extend, okay? Now, if this is painful for you, don't be doing this, all right? So ideally at this stage, it should feel relatively good and should give you some relief as you're going through this. All right, perfect. So earlier I said, as we're doing our flips and whatnot, this lower back area can get pretty tight. So one of the other things we're gonna wanna do to kind of help stretch some of this out is go ahead and lay your back for me, Frosty. Great. And now what we're gonna do is knees right up here, perfect. And one leg at a time, we're gonna go ahead and bring this leg up. Great, and then the other leg up as well, perfect. And just like you're kind of tucking in, just like you're doing a flip, perfect. So guys, what you're doing is you're kind of right here, and this will actually help stretch out some of those muscles in the lower back, all right? Now obviously, if you're having some flexion issues, you don't want to be doing this too much or too extreme. However, it's still important to stretch out some of those lower back muscles as they can be relatively tight, all right? So, perfect. Now, from here, go ahead and relax. So once you've done all the movement patterns that you need to do, we're actually going to go over some exercises real quick that will help strengthen your lower back, get some endurance in there. So Frosty, back to your stomach real quick. Perfect. All right, hands come down here, so hands are coming down, great. Thumbs out, very important, perfect. And go ahead, you're gonna come up, kind of like a cobra, all right? You're gonna come up and keep your hips and your feet should be down the entire time, okay? Perfect, and now you're working these muscles down here, all right? You should do this for about 3 sets, 30 seconds to a minute, all right? And you're just focusing down here. It creates some endurance in that lower back, as well as puts you in that position that should be ideal for your spine, all right? All right, perfect, relax. Okay, next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna work a little bit on your hips, all right? So, Frosty, what I want you to do, go ahead, sit on this chair for me real quick. You're gonna face me this way. Great, all right. So, basically what I want you to do, Frosty, is as you're doing this, you're gonna start off in a slump position. There we go, nice and slump, perfect. And then you're actually going to force yourself into extension like this. Really open up like that. Really accentuate. That's it. Perfect. Good job. And then back down again. Okay. So you come into the slump again. But then you come back up. You open up. There we go.
Happy thoughts.
Yeah, happy thoughts. That's it. All right. That's right. But we want the happy thoughts, guys. Happy thoughts. All right. There we go. Perfect. So you're going to do 4 sets of these. You want to do about 8 to 10, all right? Now as you come back, you're really squeezing on that back, and then as well as opening up that chest. Perfect. All right. And last thing we're going to have you do, Frosty, go ahead. You're going to stand up for me. There we go. Switch positions here. Okay. So now we're basically going to do some minor hip thrusts, all right? So basically your hands are going to come here, kind of thumbs, lower back. Great. And now you're going to actually come forward like this. Great. So I'm going to actually have you face that way. Perfect. And same thing. So you're going to lean back, really thrust. Great. And then come right back to neutral again. Great. Same thing. Good. So mostly, once again, working on extension. All this stuff, guys, should be relatively pain-free. If at any point you're feeling any numbness, tingling, sharp shooting pain, okay, you should be seeing a doctor, all right? You don't want to have this becoming a big problem down the road, all right? Very good. So as you're doing this, really push through the hips. Great. And then come back. All right, perfect. Right back to neutral. All right, guys. Well, that includes episode FreeHab, going over lower back work. I want to thank Mr. Frosty Fresh for joining me. And guys, if you have any questions, comments, please right underneath the comment section, go ahead and leave one. Otherwise, please like, please subscribe, share, get the word out.
Let people know.
That's right, let people know, man. We're here to help you out. I want all the free runners to be healthy, fit, doing what they love to do, pain-free. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. See you later.
Jesse the Flare! Yeah!
Oh my God, Jesse!
You promised me you wouldn't be here.